Remember this, the more dependent you become on someone else, the less leadership you have in your life. The more you start to become reliant on anything else other than yourself, like an institution or a government or anything in your life, the less leadership you have. And when you have the less leadership, you lose your self-reliance. When you lose your self-reliance, you lose your self-esteem. And when you lose your self-esteem, you start to lose your self-security, and then you start to lose the essence of who you are, that greatness of who you are. A person that entered an education system thinking they could take on the world, that person's still there. That inner genius is still there. That creative mechanism inside you is still there. It's waiting to come out. You don't want to die never meeting this. Unfortunately, the system has put many people in jail. And I'm talking about jail in here. Because when you're in jail in here, you're in jail in there. If you can't spend one whole week without eating junk food, without eating sugar, without drinking alcohol, without being on social media, without watching porn, and I know there's a lot of people watching porn, without taking drugs, if you can do all that in one whole week, that means you're not addicted. But if you can't go through that whole thing in one whole week, you're addicted to one of those at least. If you're addicted to one of those at least, you're in jail, which those addictions automatically lead to depression, anxiety, anger, negativity, hatred, jealousy, victimhood, an obsession with gossip and complaining. When your brain is in that cycle, it's exponentially going and developing those neurons in that cycle. And when it's doing, your brain neurons then start to shut down. Your brain neurons now full of hate and anger. Your fundamental emotion, which is who you are, is growing more angry. And when you're doing that, when you're becoming like that, you're starting to lose your brain functionality. And when you lose your brain functionality, you're seeking cheap dopamine hits. So you then seek more junk food, you seek more sugar, you seek more alcohol, you seek drugs, you seek social media, you seek pornography, all these things because you know you're feeling inferior, you know your self-reliance and your independence is declining because you're in prison. You're in prison of a system. The system has put you in prison. When someone puts you in prison here, game over. Game over. The media knows this. And that's why the media is always negative. That's why the media, every single story that you see creates a victim of someone. It doesn't matter what politics or side you are, there's always a victim somewhere. You get angry, you become really, really, really upset, and that feeds into your fear, it feeds into your anger, and it fuels a declining brain. It's a distracting brain. The problem with all this is this: that system doesn't work anymore. This is the same education system right now that's now educating the kids. And it's worse because we're not teaching the kids how to learn deeply. We're not teaching the kids to come out with a growth positive mindset, to be creative, to go for it, wipe out this victimhood anger mentality. Because a growth positive mindset always outshines, always outmaneuvers, always outperforms, always outgrows a fixed negative mindset. Growth positive mindsets is what the world needs right now. And you only get that through deep learning education. Because deep learning education is all about chasing an ecstatic desire. An ecstatic desire is a combination of your passion, creativity, problem-solving skills and habits times it by 1,000 just to find your ecstatic desire. So it's a skill set just to find your ecstatic desire. But the moment you find what your ecstatic desire is, because it's a practice just to get to you finding your ecstatic desire, your life will never be the same. You will become the leader in your life. And when you become the leader in your life, you start to grow exponentially. Every day you're growing, every day you're getting stronger, every day you're getting better. And every day, guess what? You're taking risks. Because when you grow as a leader, your self-reliance grows. You're starting to add more value. You're becoming better at everything that you're doing. You're taking those risks because we have to take those risks. There's no point just playing it safe, avoiding mistakes. The planning, you don't need to plan, you just take the actions. Once you find your ecstatic desire, you've got to find a way to get there. And you just action it, and because the plans will evolve in itself. You will eventually create your own plan because it's through the mechanism of failure, mistakes, actions, failure, mistakes, actions. Where's the gaps? Improve this, improve that, overcome the failure, overcome the mistakes. And as we're doing that, we're growing and developing. And through that process, our brain is growing and developing, growing and developing, growing and developing. And all of a sudden, you've reached a point where you're a leader, a real leader in your life. A leader that's solving problems towards an ecstatic desire. And when that happens in your life, and it's happened to people that have changed the world. It's happened to people that are so focused, and it should be happening to almost everyone. It shouldn't just be happening to the small number of people. It should be happening to most human beings, because right now, especially in this era, and we call this era the AI era, because it is the AI era, and they say, and I think this could be true, AI will probably be the last invention humans make. Because AI is going to exponentially grow, and it's getting better and better and day, and I'm seeing some unbelievable things, and it's happening really, really fast. You cannot afford to remain as a fixed negative mindset, because what will happen, what is going to happen, and they're talking about it, is humans won't become leaders. Humans will become pets. That's right. We will become like pets, because being a leader, being a creator, being a problem solver, chasing, solving problems, getting out there, making change, all that warrior inside you will allow your brain to find ways to reach its genius potential. You can only ever reach your genius potential through the mode of joyfulness and ecstasy, not fear and anger. And you reach joyfulness and ecstasy through growth, positive mindset. And it's through actions, and through more actions and reflection, and actions and reflection, and actions and reflection. Because we need to reflect. We need to identify where we made those errors, where we failed. And as I keep saying to my students, if you haven't failed at the end of the week, if you're telling me everything's gone perfect, you're not taking enough risks. You're not pushing the boundary. You're not going beyond. You're playing it safe. We don't want that. Deep learners, we chase. We keep chasing because that's the life. We grow to the day we die. And the day we die is when we're at our peak. That's the goal. The whole cycle about fixed negative mindset is that you kind of peak and you go down and then you retire at a certain age and that's it. Retirement is a word that's basically been manufactured, and really it's code for your brain to say, hey, I'm now going to start preparing my body for death. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to start preparing your body for death, because guess what your brain's going to do? It's going to start preparing you for death. And I know, and I've spoken to so many older Australians, a lot of people are so capable, their brain is just so brilliant, they've got so much experience, they should be out there solving problems. And yet, we're saying, no, go to that nursing home, stay home, watch TV, get on social media. That's how we treat the older people. Almost making them feel guilty that you have to retire so you can give a younger person a go. No, it doesn't work that way. We need creative mindsets, we need deep learning mindsets, we need the best of the best, because if humans are going to overcome this next battle with AI, that's coming, we need the majority of humans to be leaders. We need creators. We need problem solvers. We need people that are ahead of the game. Because if we leave the leaders to the very, very small minority, and I can tell you right now, most politicians, most leaders that we see, they're not real deep learners. They're getting information from other people, and they're presenting this information like surface learners because, you know, they've come through the system as surface learners. And you look at most politicians, they're fixed negative mindsets. Every politician is always negative about something. They're all negative with each other. They're not actually there solving problems. They're following the process. And I say, a better society, a better world is when the majority of people are leaders, deep learners, leaders in your own life. And imagine that. Imagine when you have a majority of people deep learners and leaders of their own life. When we turn around and say to the government, no, you, Mr. Government, you are going to do what we, the people, tell you what to do. We employ you. We are the leaders. Because now we're deep learners. We are the majority. We know what's going on. You're not going to just give us some information. We're not going to let the media just give us some information and just follow a process. That game has to end. Because if it doesn't, humanity, especially now with the rise of AI, will lose out.